Imagine being the first person to crack the code of talking pictures, only to watch others take credit for your breakthrough. In 1922, in a small laboratory at the University of Illinois, Joseph Tykocinski-Tykociner revolutionized cinema forever. But while his invention would transform entertainment as we know it, his name would fade into obscurity. All because of one crucial mistake. Born in 1877 in Włocławek, Poland, Tykociner's brilliant mind emerged early in life. As a Jewish child in Imperial Russia, he faced significant barriers to education. But his passion for science couldn't be contained. By age 18, he had already designed his first telephone system. But the political climate in Eastern Europe was becoming increasingly hostile, pushing the young inventor to seek opportunities in the United States. Like millions of others, he arrived through Ellis Island, carrying nothing but his dreams and an insatiable curiosity about the future of communication. Living in New York, he worked tirelessly, taking any job he could while continuing his experiments in electrical engineering. But it was his move to the University of Illinois that would set the stage for his greatest breakthrough and his greatest regret. What many don't realize is that while Thomas Edison had successfully synchronized sound and film using external phonographs, Tykociner was pursuing a far more revolutionary approach, recording sound directly onto the film itself. In the early 1920s, the idea of incorporating sound directly onto film seemed like pure fantasy to most. The technical hurdles were enormous. How could you convert sound waves into light patterns? How could you ensure perfect synchronization? How could you make the sound clear enough to be practical? Tykociner worked countless hours in his laboratory, often sleeping there, testing different methods of converting sound waves into light patterns that could be photographed onto film. The university's support was minimal. Many considered his work a waste of resources. His colleagues often questioned why he was trying to improve silent films when they were already so popular. Equipment was expensive, funding was scarce, and early attempts produced more static than speech. But Tykociner persisted, driven by his vision of a future where movies could truly talk. He developed a unique photoelectric cell system and a specialized lamp that could translate sound into light patterns. Each failure taught him something new, and slowly, piece by piece, he assembled the components of what would become the first successful sound-on-film system. The pressure was immense. He knew others were working on similar technology, and the race to perfect talking pictures was heating up. Despite the skepticism and limited resources, by early 1922, he was ready to demonstrate his invention to the world. On June 9, 1922, in a crowded lecture hall at the University of Illinois, Tykociner unveiled his creation. The audience watched in amazement as his wife Helena's voice emerged from the projector, perfectly synchronized with her image on screen. "I will ring the bell." The sound of the bell followed, clear and true. Then came his assistant, speaking the words. The problem of speaking movies has been solved. It was a moment that should have changed cinema history. His system was revolutionary. Sound was photographically recorded on the film itself as variable density waves. Running alongside the images, this meant perfect synchronization, something that had eluded inventors for decades. The quality was remarkable for its time, and unlike competing systems, it was practical for mass production. The technical achievement was staggering. He had developed a photoelectric cell that could convert light variations back into sound, created a specialized lamp for recording sound patterns, and designed an intricate system for keeping everything in perfect sync. The demonstration included not just speech, but music and sound effects, capabilities that wouldn't become standard in cinema for years to come. The university paper called it a remarkable invention, But Tykociner knew this was just the beginning. He envisioned a complete transformation of the movie industry, where silent films would become a thing of the past. His system was elegant in its simplicity, yet profound in its implications. But while the audience applauded, Tykociner was about to learn a harsh lesson about the business of innovation. The fatal flaw in Tykociner's journey wasn't technical, it was bureaucratic. While he had created something revolutionary, he hadn't secured the patents quickly enough. The university, focused more on pure research than commercialization, didn't push for immediate patent protection. This delay proved catastrophic. As news of his successful demonstration spread, other inventors and companies rushed to develop and patent similar systems. Leader Forrest, who would later be credited with pioneering sound films, filed patents for a similar technology. Western Electric and other major companies poured resources into developing their own sound-on-film systems. By the time Tykociner finally filed his patents, it was too late. Others had already staked their claims. The Jazz Singer, released in 1927, would make history as the first feature-length talking picture. Using technology remarkably similar to what Tykociner had demonstrated 5 years earlier. While he continued his research at the University of Illinois, his moment had passed. The commercial film industry moved forward without him, and his pioneering work became a footnote in cinema history. Adding to this tragedy was the academic environment itself. While it had provided him the freedom to innovate, it also isolated him from the commercial world, where his invention could have thrived. His focus on perfection and scientific accuracy, while admirable, had cost him the prize of being recognized as the father of sound film. Today, every time we sit in a movie theater or stream a film at home, we're experiencing the fruition of Tykociner's vision. While he may not have reaped the rewards of his invention, his influence on modern cinema is undeniable. His sound-on-film principle became the industry standard and remained so until the digital age. But perhaps more importantly, his story serves as a powerful reminder of the complex relationship between innovation and business. It's not enough to invent something revolutionary. You must also protect and promote your creation. After his work in sound films, Tykociner didn't stop innovating. He went on to pioneer the field of zetetics, the science of research and inquiry, and continued teaching until his retirement. He lived to see his sound-on-film concept become universal, though few knew of his role in its development. He passed away in 1969, largely forgotten by the industry he helped create, but leaving behind a legacy that extends far beyond cinema. His story challenges us to think about how many other brilliant inventors might be lost to history, their contributions unrecognized due to circumstances rather than merit. In an age where patent battles and intellectual property rights dominate innovation, Tykociner's story remains remarkably relevant. So, the next time you're watching a movie, remember the forgotten genius who first made it possible for films to talk. And if you've enjoyed learning about this forgotten pioneer, make sure to follow for more incredible stories of overlooked geniuses who shaped our world. Leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts on how different movie history might have been if Tykociner had received the recognition he deserved.